Discount lottery rounded out to a solid and sturdy 30. 10 out of Haywood, thanks to unabated gang wars. One officer down, so I guess you're all screwed, cause the NCPD will not let that go. Got another blackout in Santo Domingo. Net runners are at it again, poking holes in the power grid. While over in Westbrook, trauma teams scraping cyber psycho victims off the pavement. And in Pacifica, well, Pacifica is still Pacifica. This has been your man, Stan. Join me for another day in our City of Dreams.
I already sent it to you.
Hello, hello. I'm Arif Iqbal, and you're watching WNS News. New details have emerged on the attempted abduction of Hanako Arasaka at the Arasaka-sponsored Dashi Parade. Early accounts first reported that the assailants struck as the parade was in full swing. They overwhelmed and seized control of the Arasaka Heiress's parade platform. Fortunately, Arasaka's security forces, under the personal direction of Yorinobu Arasaka, quickly tracked down the abductors and secured Hanako-sama. Yorinobu-sama has since issued a public statement condemning the perpetrators' deplorable actions and promising swift retribution.
To those who raise a hand against...
To remove the battery. When I remove the battery, authentic Western wear, Toy Story music, and 808 fire. We remove the Toy Story, but he's out blue jeans. It's a pairing message just for everyone's favorite toy, Cowboy, everyone's favorite jeans. I live with them at signature stitching on the back. And then special edition release settlement. Very diverse for Toy Story and will cross the line.
Rolling Stone.
Itself. One of the things that's most important is the collaboration.
Once upon a time, you're just so fine. Thumbs down.
It's been 5 years so
He's being played. I expect you to question the beat. I don't have that. It's all kind of harmonica and I think in true absent cash sort of brings his own energy.
Not in cash.
Here's what you say. Getting to learn and play the music itself was huge.
I would probably get the least amount of time of any of us. Characters we did fully wonderful. And here's the bottom. Here to see what that looks like. A lot of people ask me today, bro, why is Woody facing the other way? Why is he not facing us? Well, he's trying to show jeans from Levi's, so that's why he's facing away from us. Woody's also facing the other way because this was the original design. They actually printed on some of the denim jackets. So it was kind of the Levi's style design that they wanted to go with Woody. So here's my plan to remove this one adhesive right here. What I can do is get a sharp blade and just go very carefully on the seam. That way I don't risk losing the box. And then I'll use a small piece of clear tape to reseal it right there. So hopefully it doesn't look like I opened it at all. But I have peace of mind. There is no batteries inside Woody anymore. I used a very small blade here to detach it. I'm going to open it up now very carefully. Let's see what happens. Okay, immediately what falls out is the instructions that are on the very bottom. It talks about the battery screwdriver. Screw that. And some little let's see what it says here. Yep, it says Levi's Western wear to this doll. So it's not like they put like a random instruction. So specialized for this purpose. I should be more nervous than I am opening up such a rare toy, but I feel like I'm a professional. I got this, guys. Let's slide this out very carefully. Here's a closer look. It's very neat box. Good. Good. I'll get premium your genetic. Alright, ready for the face reveal? Okay, drum roll. Last toy, so nice. There he is. Here we go. Look, just as I predicted, he does not have a smile. He looks just like regular random fun when he looks at himself. Not different on the head. But now we know for sure what that looks like. Okay, but we're gonna try to get him out there. I noticed here that his broken hand is paper, like a paper insert. So I'm not gonna bother messing with that really. And then same thing with this sound. It is also paper. So I thought it was like a tool, but no, it's just a paper insert. But I don't want to use any silk.
What can I do for you?
He came. So again, we're gonna be able to do this. So I'm gonna spend one minute go the rest of the money out of here.
What can I do for you?
Here you go. Guessing they didn't think a lot of people were going to use it. So that's probably why his hat is not related. See it? But it's fine.
That's what I do.
Is that the car that I wanted you to buy? What's that square in the middle of the screen? The big square. In the middle of the screen! Yeah, shoot the rocket, sort of. You see that? But
Felix Maurizio guided his brothers through the waves. Young, scared, afraid. Some hated, some didn't. He never forgot their faces. 80 years later, that same wind. His hand, not from age, but from memory. Motherfucker. 10 friends gone. 1 sailor died. The waves shivered like lemons, showing the boy he once was, the man he became. As the tide rolled in, it carried his words home, quiet, that courage, blood, and sacrifice should never fail. He was only 19, when the sea of Marmara swallowed the sky. Felix Thomas packed his words. Young, scared, afraid. Some made it. Some didn't.
I can't die.
He never forgot their faces. 80 years. Same. Standing on his feet. Not for me.
Pictures are there, man. Pictures, man. Pictures, go.
Carrying vehicles other than decades later, the same company that made this module, a defensive protector named Rocket, made something. On the LLV, because that big was shown on the Hollywood soundstage once. This actually remembering the scene. What the fuck? Also bringing us very long life. Look at one of the most important vehicles for the last 4 decades. A vehicle we made, you. Maybe that was just me. Here's the grimy. If you drive your cars on the road, it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when something will happen. Or where. The idea of a national post office traces its roots back to the beginnings of our country, long before there was email or automobiles or even DoorDash, and it was seen as a matter of national importance for the ability to deliver newspapers or even send a letter to a loved one without fear of political intervention. And so, it's one of the few government agencies that's explicitly authorized by the U.S. Constitution. And the job of delivering those letters fell to manpower and horsepower until the advent of first dinosaur power. In 1906, a gasoline-powered vehicle was employed for the first time to move mail around, and it could do twice the work of a first-rate car. Things got even more for the poor, overworked horses on January 1st, 1913, the introduction of the Parcel Post. This new service meant you could send more than just a letter. You could send a box of stuff anywhere. It was wildly popular, with 300 million parcels mailed in just the first 6 months. That may not seem like that much today. I have one neighbor who gets at least 70 Amazon boxes every day, and we get for the mail delivery vehicles. And then Ford's rugged
headshot damage multiplier.
After after the Second World War, there was a surplus of Willis Jeeps, which the
Yeah.
Postal Service began to use not only because of their availability, but also their toughness, parts
Non-lethal?
and ease of maintenance. In the 1950s, they introduced the Jeep, an off-roader specially adapted for delivery use. But the Jeeps weren't alone. They were just part of an enormous fleet of many different vehicles, all of which were adapted for postal carrier use. One in particular was designed specifically for delivery. In the early 1960s, financially wounded Studebaker put in a bid to make a postal delivery truck as a way to make a buck, and it came up with the Model 8E5-FC. It used the frame and suspension from the recently retired Champion, together with a newly updated 112 horsepower Skybolt Street 6, married to a body made by a company named Keystone. Because Metro was in Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania is the Keystone State. Was in Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania is the Keystone State. Cute. But not as cute as the nickname given to that Metro Studebaker match, which was the Zip Band, together with a cartoon character ramped up by the Postal Service named Zippy, or Mr. Zip, used to encourage people to use the new 1963 Zone Improvement Plan codes. Known to you and me today.
The zip code.
You can clearly see the resemblance to the later Grumman LLT configuration, the garage-style roll-up door, and the sliding seat door. It was the first postal delivery vehicle to feature a seat belt, but it had two gas pedals, one that you could use while standing up, because safety was short-lived. Just 4,238 of them produced. One the first postal delivery vehicle to feature a seatbelt, but it had two gas pedals, one that you could use while standing up, because safety for last. With just 4,238 of them produced in its 1 year. But back then, mail trucks were just short-lived, period. Before galvanized steel, they only lasted 5 to 8 years, so they ran out of overhead. Worse, the department used many different models of mail carrier vehicles. It was a huge logistical challenge to sell parts and train mechanics to work on what was the largest fleet of postal delivery vehicles in the world. 169,000 of them, 92,267 of which were light-duty vehicles like the Jeeps.
What?
But the Jeeps alone were used in 9 different configurations
Why?
and had
Why? I don't know. Mm.
Sometimes I get this weird-ass urge to see what's really going down. rather not. I'd like to live a little.
Don't even know the last time I heard stop like that.
You know so much more than
June, dog I once came out of there for a second, thought died.
Organic food continues to be a major cause of Remember, there's no need to be afraid. The last whale shark died in 2067.
What? I did. Okay.
Huh?
Maybe.
What about that villain party? Know it yet?
Junkyard.
We find you one way or another. You hear?
Fuck the beach!
уедешь. Кто ж тут останется?
Малолетние пёзды, конечно.
Понеслась пизда похоже.
Shit's blowing up!
Need to brush your teeth and
What?
Welcome to N54 News.
Yeah.
Near the gym, there's this walkway where people are falling off the map. Find out what's going on. Just don't disappear yourself. Near the gym, there's this walkway where people are falling off the map. Find out what's going on. Just don't disappear yourself.
Terrorist activity detected.
About it. And me.
God damn it!
Die, die, die!
The rest of this movie is a mishmash of everything else. Already met their 8-year service life replacement criteria. It was a better solution. Rare moment of government foresight and clarity, someone realized probably be a really good idea to design a purpose-built vehicle to be a motor carrier rather than adapt to existing vehicles. Uniformity would dramatically simplify maintenance, and so in 1984, the Postal Service issued a comprehensive list of requirements. This. First of all, this long life vehicle, as they called it, skin for an expected service life of 24 years, which was easily individually replaceable. The powertrain was expected to last 12 years and be easy to replace from the ground. And it had to be standard 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for years on end. It needed to be easy to get in and out of for drivers between 4'11" and 6'2", and then was required to have a sliding door so it could be parked close to the spaces like cities. Then it needed to be right-hand drive like the zip vans in some of those earlier fleets, so that postal service workers could deliver to roadside mailboxes without having to get out of their seats, increasing both productivity and safety. The LOV would use an integrated modular container system for loading and unloading, have a flat floor, and a load capacity in excess of 100 cubic feet. It needed to be similar in service used, but weigh 800 pounds less and still boast the same 1,000-pound cargo capacity, which, by the way, was twice the Jeep's. All of this in the name of fuel savings. At the end of the day, this was all a cost-savings operation. Postal Service accountants reckoned they could save $5.7 billion on repair costs, maintenance, and fuel over the LOV's 20 years. Eliminate the need for a $7 stamps only cost 22 cents. A year later, in 1985, 3 finalists for the LOV emerged. Defense contractor Brown, in partnership with General Motors, Pavico, a partnership between Fruoff and General Auto, and LTV Corp's American General Division. Yes, those are the Humvee people. The 3 finalists competed in a brutal endurance test that specified the LOV must survive 24,000 miles of testing without any failures. The test included driving 5,760 miles on a closed-loop, 5-mile-long especially if it's hot out. And then it had to stop 100 consecutive times from 15 miles an hour. That's it. And then it had to drive another 960 miles down a big cobblestones, 3 to 4 inches tall at 10 to 15 miles an hour. And maintaining that same 10 to 15 miles an hour for another 960 miles. This time,
Stop this fucking thing!
Who likes that, huh?
Which is why you can get a Ranger. Professional grade products and next day delivery. So you have everything you need.
Right there!
Call 1-800-RANGER. Ranger. Get it done. Each one of those must have been the same.
Всё, попрыгали и хватит!
And by the way, this thing needed to hit one of them every 36 feet. Clearly, someone from the Postal Service was familiar with driving in New York. For the record, this thing had all of that testing with a literal ton of it was rated It was the drum in that won this proverbial initial order for 99. Price up 11,600 for 99,050 trucks at a price. 7,650 each, meaning a contract of more than $1.1 billion $1986. That is huge. So maybe not for Grumman. Grumman was a massive defense contractor which had built everything. And fire trucks, pricing, mentioned various other fighter jets.
make Grumman a house.
NCPD!
The lives of every American family, said a Grumman spokesman. Well, I don't think it was. Everyone knows the shape of this thing. No one seems to know what its name is or what it is. The manufacturer of lunar rovers and fighter jets. This company should have been American. Yes, says Chevrolet. LOV is the frame of a Chevy engine with beefed up suspension. It's jumped down to 100.5 inches from maneuverability. Pontiac's 2.5-liter Duke. They're making less than 1 horsepower. Makes it something like a Chevy Camaro. 105 feet of torque delivered made it perfect for hauling megatons of junk mail all around the country.
Give her hell!
The production's nearly
I've never seen that in Fox. Yeah, I've never seen this. I've never seen this in the Fox.
We're standing up.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. But I can't remember the names. The person that you're dressed as. That thing float with two wheels in the front. What the
It had no ABS, so the LOV sucked it back in too. The cargo hold was not tall, so standing up sucked. There was no way to see behind you, so the LOV sucked it back in too. It had no ABS, so it sucked at stopping. Airbags, so it stuck in a crash. It also sucked at the pump, averaging just 8.2 miles per gallon in available use. But it kept on sucking for a really long time. Production ended in 1994, and the USPS had no unified plan for a replacement. So instead, it went back to that old non-strategy of a stratified fleet, having everything from minivans to Mercedes Metruses. And the Ford Ultimaster FFV, which looks very much like the Grumman, spurred by a 1992 Energy Policy Act that required that 75% of federal fleet acquisition be flexible fuel vehicles, in other words, able to run on E85 ethanol blends. The FFV was based on the Ford Explorer with the Ford V6, so when developing the environment, it couldn't touch the LOV's fuel economy, achieving just 6.9 miles per gallon during the same job. He has purchased just over 31,000 of the Fords between 1993 and 2001, putting barely a dent in the fleet. The Grumman LOV has remained the letter carrier vehicle of choice, but the clock is running out. Back in 2021, when each one of the LOVs had already exceeded its 24-year life expectancy, the agency calculated that now each LOV cost more than $5,000 a year in repair and maintenance, 31% of which was unplanned. Despite the fact that these things only go for 17 or 18 miles a day in service, that's 388 miles per year.
Hold your position!
Tie rod. That each one of these what is this?
Ew, that thing looks ugly. It better be electric. You know the little Mel trucks? The little Mel trucks. They're getting rid of them. And getting the newer things. So, I know it's happening, so. Because they're like 11 years overdue. They've been here since like 24 years ago, plus 11.
A government defense contractor, this time in partnership with Ford. It has an intended lifespan of only 20 years, so it's a slightly less long-life vehicle, but it has AC, modern safety systems, backup cameras, intermittent lighting, and it's tall enough to stand up in. Unfortunately, it looks like a rejected Pixar character. Think Sally Carrera has sex with Mater's inbred cousin, and then smokes 3 packs of cigarettes every day during the pregnancy. Little goofy. Lot doofy. Really, really funny. Stupid. Anyway, it's safe to say that on looks anyway, the LOV's legacy will remain intact. It was the product of a rare and commendable decision by any large agency, especially a government one, to emphasize the right versus just purchase price, and to fully for building it. And goodbye to a fixture on American roads, the incredibly long-lived Grumman long life vehicle. No, if you'll excuse me, it's time to haul.
The most long way to repeat. Dude, these dogs are letting cats me up to them. What the heck? Shut up with the dog noises.
Your membership is it's your gateway.
On the morning of June 24th, 1948, at precisely 6 o'clock in the morning, a Soviet soldier walked calmly to a signal box at the Helmstedt checkpoint and pulled a lever.
We got family back with another react.
Oh, so.
Request is don't be American. He's really like his personal space. It's like they go around them, and if you get too close to them, they feel very uncomfortable.
Really, it's really cute. Waiting for people.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're like,
I think we do. Yeah, because like even though we don't talk to other people, right? Like I've been touched before by like other people, or like excuse me, like you don't even accept, and they want to get by. Sometimes they will actually put your hand on you to move you out of the way. I think you like they're more friendly, but it's more like
no, like touching, isn't it? No, people did not.
Yeah, people didn't know that.
Lots of random
They'll be like,
but I like that though. Baby.
oh, really?
Bad.
There, you know, so I know when I go to Italy and Spain and stuff, they're like, Mark, how's it going? All this stuff. And my American friends sometimes go, wow, they're really, really affectionate. Like, that's just how it is. Here, space is key. The second thing I have to do is don't count on public transportation. When we were in China, we were
use public transport a lot. Yeah, you do. I want to take you on.
You guys on the bus?
Yeah,
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you not steal their cop cars?
Public transportation. Look, when we were in China, when we were throughout Europe and South America, we took buses and trains, all kinds of
yeah, in Europe, there's buses everywhere. Like you can get a bus in the UK from here to like you can get a bus across the UK. You can go from bus to bus to bus.
Yeah.
Right. In America, what he's saying is you can't really do that.
Why?
Well, it's just so big. So, like,
not that it doesn't turn up. No, yeah, that's what I thought. Like, don't rely on buses every 10 minutes or we do.
Yeah.
It might be every 2 hours or something.
Yeah, like if they have a bus, it will be like longer. Right. It won't be like our bus is literally on the same street every 10 minutes. Yeah. Boom, 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 like 10.
To get all over the place. The military was really developed. Here in the U.S., you cannot count on public transport to get you around places. Yeah, in big cities like New York and Chicago and stuff like that, you can get around with public transport that will take you where you want to go. But a lot of towns, small towns especially, in middle-sized cities, The public transportation networks are not very good. The night defense is not very safe. That is frustrating for a lot of towns, small towns, especially in inside